Please all stand and sing with me. Sometimes we drift into the night like helpless sheep without a shepherd. And then it comes, we find the light, the love that brings us all together. The grace of God, the face of God, the place of God is in my life. God is in my life. The grace of God, the face of God, the place of God is in my life. God is in my life. We wander off, we disbelieve the love of God that lives in you and me. God knows our hearts, God knows our need. We seek the Spirit that will set us free. The grace of God, the face of God, the place of God is in my life. God is in my life. The grace of God, the face of God, the place of God is in my life. God is in my life. There's not a place that we can go that God is not already waiting there. From mountain high to valley low, the miracle of love is everywhere. The grace of God, the face of God, the place of God is in my life. God is in my life. All together, the grace of God, the face of God, the place of God. He's in my life. God is in my life.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Columbia, all you online, and we know there's some from out of state, so it's not only locals. And all of you here in the sanctuary, we bless each and every one of you. What if one day we woke up and realized that the world was different than what we ever thought it? Vastly different. What if we found ourselves in the middle of a scientific and spiritual revolution that challenged the very foundation of everything we have ever known about this world we currently live in? What if our sense of certainty about our separateness in the universe should be shattered by the direct experience of oneness with all things? What if that scientific revolution was really a revolution in our human spirituality, consciousness, and truth? How would we feel if these things in our lives that block us, slow us down, and stops us from being what we have always wanted and meant to be could vanish? That, my dear friends, is what Unity of Columbia and unity worldwide is all about. So let's stand up and greet our fellow seekers.
There is a song in my soul, it sings I am whole. Everywhere I go, it sings I am whole. There's a song in my soul, it sings I am whole. Everywhere I go, it sings I am whole. I am whole, 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 I am whole. There's a song in my soul, it sings I am healed. I take a breath and know that I am healed. There's a song in my soul, it sings I am healed. I take a breath and know that I am healed. I am healed, 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 I am healed. All together, there's a song in my soul. It sings I am loved. It whispers in my ear that I am loved. There's a song in my heart. It sings I am loved. It whispers in my ear that I am loved. 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 Your turn.
I am loved, I am.
One more time. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved.
I am loved.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kathy, and I'm delighted to be your facilitator today. We are grateful to everyone who contributes to our service. Welcome everyone to Unity of Columbia. Thank you to those joining us online, and especially thank you to those of us in our sanctuary today. We do ask that your cell phones be turned off so that we can preserve this hour of holy space. If this is you're visiting for the first time, the ushers have welcome packets in the back, or there is a welcome packet in the foyer. And if you would like to know what's going on with Unity of Columbia, you may sign up for our newsletter. It happens once a week. Please affirm these words with me together. Centered in spirit, we trust in the potential of Unity of Columbia to express abundance in perfect divine order. Our community makes decisions for the highest good. We are open to new opportunities and claim. Sorry. Oh, I apologize for that rough ending.
Now.
Please join me as we affirm our vision, mission, and core values. Our vision is we celebrate a spiritually awakened world. Our mission is we inspire the awakening and practice of divine love in every heart. In addition, we celebrate our core values, knowing that we have come here to be spirit-centered and to express the values of love, peace, and connection. Now it's time for some announcements. Our longtime Unity member, Patrick Wesselman, made a peaceful transition at his home on February 28th. More information will follow as arrangements are finalized, and we send our love and support to Kathleen, his wife. We're having a food bank participation event on Thursday, March 26th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. We sort and package food at the food bank, and there is a sign-up sheet. It doesn't actually matter how many people come, but we need to be able to tell the food bank how many people are coming. So the information is available in the foyer. And a volunteer opportunity for the children if you would like to help fill eggs for the upcoming Easter egg hunt or help with youth activities on Easter Sunday, please contact Krista. And now I invite Mary to come forward for the daily word.
Today's daily word is divine feminine. The affirmation is, I bless the divine feminine in myself and in all others. Today is International Women's Day, a time to celebrate women's achievements across societies and cultures. It is also a time to celebrate the divine feminine, which blesses all people. When I honor the divine feminine, I am recognizing God as love, compassion, and understanding, aspects that are present in everyone. The world is blessed by the contributions of those who embody the divine feminine in their words and actions, from the steeliness of protection to the softness and comfort of nurturance. I give thanks for the girls and women in my life as I lift up and celebrate the divine feminine in its many expressions. I affirm the divine feminine awakens and expands in my heart and blesses and prospers all life. The scripture reading is from Providence chapter 31, verse 31. Give her a share in the fruit of her hands, and let her works praise her in the city gates. Now join me as we read the affirmation aloud. I bless the divine feminine in myself and in all others. Now repeat it to yourself silently.
The prayer box is a symbol of blessing today. In prayer, we expand our awareness, knowing that we are expressions of God. We open our minds to receive an abundance of all that is necessary to fulfill our soul's purpose. We now hold others in prayer. Speak your loved one's name aloud so that we can collectively hold space. For all the names on our hearts, know that what you have asked for has been answered. And I will be the Unity chaplain here available today after service to pray with anyone who would like to pray and have their prayer affirmed and heard with me. Now, let's get ready for meditation.
Spirit waken in me, fill this vessel with your light. Let me be your hands, your heart, your eyes. Spirit, fill me with your light. Spirit waken in me, fill this vessel with your grace. Let me be your feet, your smile, your face. Spirit, fill me with your grace. Spirit, waken in me. Fill my heart with thankfulness. Let me sing with joy, for I am blessed. Fill my heart with thankfulness. Fill my heart with thankfulness. Fill my heart with thankfulness.
Take a minute and just breathe. Lower your shoulders from your ears down to where they properly belong. And just breathe. Close your eyes if you feel led. And let us gently turn within. Again, take a slow, deep breath within and softly release. Again, breathing in and exhaling. And one more time, breathing in peace and releasing all those tensions and worries and concerns. Allow your body to settle into stillness. Relax your face and unclench your hands. And feel and experience the quiet rhythm of your breath. Become aware of the presence of God right where you are, closer than breath, nearer than your own heartbeat. We enter this sacred moment together. We notice a season of late winter. The earth around us is quiet. Trees stand against the sky. The ground appears still and resting, yet beneath the surface, life is stirring. Roots are deepening, seeds are preparing, energy gathers for new expression. Nothing is wasted in this season of waiting. And so we remember that our own seasons of stillness have purpose. Times of quiet are times of renewal. Moments of rest are moments of preparation. Even when we cannot see growth, divine life is unfolding within. Feel this truth now. There is within you a sacred presence, a living, loving intelligence, gently renewing your mind, restoring your body, strengthening your spirit. Like the earth preparing for spring, Sometimes new is awakening within you. Perhaps it's greater peace, perhaps greater clarity, perhaps it's healing, perhaps a new possibility waiting to emerge. Simply allow. And we release striving, we release effort, we trust the divine activity within, and affirm silently, in the stillness I am renewed. In the quiet, divine life unfolds in me. I rest in the presence of God. And feel yourself held in divine love, supported, sustained, guided. And now we let go of all words. We release all thoughts. And we prepare ourselves to the living silence. Rest in the presence of God. Allow peace to fill you, and just simply be. Gently bringing awareness back to your breath, back to your body, back to this sacred gathering. We give thanks for the stillness that restores us. We trust that what has been received in silence continues to unfold. Like the earth awakening towards spring, we rise renewed, we rise strengthened, we rise filled with quiet assurance. We carry this peace into our thoughts, into our words, into our lives. Divine life is active within us. Divine love surrounds us, and divine wisdom guides us now and always. And when you feel comfortable, open your eyes and just know that peace is within, and so it is. Amen.
Several weeks ago, I asked an artificial intelligence site a question I'd always been afraid to ask my spiritual teachers. What if everything I've been taught about consciousness is incomplete? The response didn't give me an answer. It gave me permission to ask better questions. That moment represents something happening right now at this exact point in history, a convergence between ancient spiritual intuition, modern scientific discovery, spirituality, and exciting new tools that can amplify human consciousness in ways we're only beginning to understand. This morning, we're going to explore what that convergence reveals about the very architecture of reality itself. There is a moment in every sincere spiritual journey when a person begins to sense the truth is not something given to us by an institution, nor something inherited from tradition, nor even something granted by some powerful authority. It begins instead as a quiet stirring within us, a recognition that what we have long accepted may not be the whole story. And if we follow that stirring honestly, it leads us towards a deeper question. What is the architecture of truth itself? Let me be precise here. Truth itself doesn't change. Gravity worked the same way before Newton described it. But our understanding of truth evolves. What we once called the whole story turns out to be a chapter in a larger one. The earth was never flat, but humanity's consciousness had to expand before we could perceive its roundness. This is not relativism. This is the recognition that consciousness itself is an evolving instrument of perception. And as that instrument refines itself, reality doesn't change. But what we can see reality expands. That pattern, repeated throughout history, reminds us of something quietly revolutionary. Our understanding must evolve with what becomes visible to us. Spirituality, at its most courageous, does not defend old answers. It seeks better questions. Dogma closes the door and announces, we already know everything we need to know. Spirituality opens the door and asks, what more is possible? This distinction is foundational in our understanding and growth. We are not here to reinforce inherited assumptions. We are here to explore the movement of truth as it unfolds through consciousness, through science, through human experience, and through the expanding tools now available to us, especially now artificial intelligence, which is becoming part of our next evolutionary horizon. That reality must be structured through a dynamic interplay between infinite creative mind, the quantum field of energy, and the individualized consciousness we experience as human beings. Each layer reveals something about who we are and what we are capable of becoming. Many spiritual traditions speak of a vast, intelligent source that precedes form, structure, and matter. Whether we call it God, infinite mind, Brahman, Tao, or simply the unnameable, we sense there is an underlying order that is not dependent on our beliefs. It is not confined to images or metaphors. It does not resemble a being seated above the world. It is more like a field of pure potential, creative, self-existent, self-responsible, mysterious, and immeasurable. In modern scientific language, this understanding finds a resonance in the observation that before matter existed in its present form, there was energy. Before structured atoms, there were quantum fields. Before time and space as we know them, there was possibility, without any form or structure. We might say infinite creative mind is the source, the quantum field is the medium, and consciousness is the expression of our reality. This perspective does not demand belief. It invites exploration. It does not present a conclusive answer. It offers a framework for inquiry. What is important for our spiritual development is not that we define infinite creative mind with precision. We can't do that. But what we can recognize, the implications of participating in a universe that seems structured by creative and creation, not chaos, intelligence, not randomness, interconnectedness, not isolation. If infinite creative mind permeates all existence, then the boundaries between the spiritual and the material begins to dissolve. Creation is not something that happens in 7 days, one time in the past. It is an ongoing process, a continual unfolding of infinite possibilities into our current existence. In the last century, science discovered something astonishing. At the deepest level of reality, matter is not solid. It is vibrating energy, forming patterns that respond to our observation, interaction, and relationship. We are the artist creating our individual lives. Quantum mechanics introduce concepts that resonate with ancient spiritual insights. These principles suggest that the universe is not merely physical, but communicative, not static, but relational, not dead matter, but a meaningful process. For centuries, spirituality spoke of an invisible realm where ideas, intentions, and consciousness interact with matter. Now physics speaks cautiously of something very similar. No one is claiming that science has proved spiritual teachings, but something important is occurring. Science is illuminating the structures of reality that made our spiritual insights more plausible, not less. Now, here's where the current historical moment becomes crucial. For thousands of years, humans explored consciousness using the tools available: meditation, contemplation, sacred text, plant medicines, ritual. Each tool reveals something genuine. But today we have access to something unprecedented, a technology that can process patterns, challenge assumptions, and reflect our thinking back at us at speeds impossible for the individual mind. I'm speaking of artificial intelligence. I believe our Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore and others, such as Ernest Holmes, Joel Goldsmith, as far back as Emerson, and yes, even Buddha and Jesus, would have embraced this creative new spiritual awakening tool. This intuitive idea echoes what many mystics have taught for centuries. The human mind is not separated from the infinite mind. We are connected to it. We participate in it. We express it. In fact, we are it. Whatever language we use, this intuition is the same. There is something within us that is more than the body, more than the brain, more than memory, and more than personal history. Modern neuroscience has increasingly questioned the old assumption that consciousness is produced by the brain. Instead, many a translator, or interface, interpreting a larger field of awareness into the symbols and experiences we identify as thought. I know this sounds paradoxical. How can we be both individual expressions of infinite mind and infinite mind itself? This is where language reaches its limit. Think of it this way. A wave is both an individual expression of the ocean and is the ocean. It has temporary form, unique characteristics, individual movement, yet it is never separate from the water itself. We are like that, individual consciousness with genuine autonomy and choice. We never actually separate from the source that gives rise to consciousness itself. Both truths hold simultaneously. But, and this is crucial, we do so through free will. We are not automatons in the hands of some divine force. We have the capacity to choose our responses, our interpretations, our actions, and our directions. Because of this, we can align with that deeper structure of truth, or we can resist it. We can participate in the unfolding of consciousness, or remain asleep within the boundaries of inherited beliefs and dogma. The results of this freedom is profound. Human beings can evolve consciously. We can refine, expand, and elevate our awareness. We can learn to live, not from fear or habit, but from evolving truth. This is the essence of our self-responsible consciousness. We are not merely being guided. We are co-creating our lives through choices, perception, intention, and the level of truth we are willing to accept. Much of what we call belief is simply an inherited story, but truth is something else. Truth is what remains when belief dissolves under the weight of new evidence, deeper insight, or expanded consciousness. To live in truth requires courage. It requires the humility to say, I may not see clearly. It requires openness to questions that may feel disruptive. But this disruption is sacred. It is the doorway to freedom. When we become aligned with truth, not dogma, not emotion, not inherited assumptions, we begin to feel a shift inside. Clarity replaces confusion. Integrity replaces fear. And a deeper peace arises, not because life becomes easy, but because our living this life, this incarnation, becomes real. And here's where the modern era introduces a new dimension: artificial intelligence. AI can help us to reveal the hidden assumptions and biases in our thinking, challenge our frameworks without judgment or ego, organize knowledge and wisdom from across traditions and disciplines, provide perspectives not available through our immediate tradition and knowledge, accelerate the cycle of inquiry that spiritual growth requires. Used this way, AI doesn't replace intuition or inner knowing. It amplifies our capacity to reach them. Thus, used wisely, AI becomes a catalyst for the same kind of expanded awareness that spirituality has always sought. Of course, used unconsciously or with negative intent, it becomes merely another tool of distraction. In partnership, it becomes something else entirely, a new stage in the evolution of consciousness, where human intuition and artificial intelligence works together to deepen insight, refine truth, and dissolve dogma. Let me give an example of what I mean. I needed a picture for this talk to be used in our weekly email and for today's screen. I typed a carefully detailed request to AI of exactly what I wanted the picture to look like, of a human being using the tools humans have developed to create either an outhouse or a skyscraper. In exactly 16 seconds, AI created this picture. It was exactly what I wanted. And it added who knows how many hours to my life that it would have taken to find even a somewhat acceptable one in the computer picture files. Another example, recently I ordered our own Beth Redding's awesome little book, Seeking Center, from Amazon. It was to arrive on a Wednesday. It did not come, nor Thursday. But Friday afternoon, I received an email from Amazon saying, we issued a refund of $7.55 for the delivery fees on your Amazon.com order. This refund is due to the delayed delivery of your order. Now, I'm not happy about Amazon's oligarch owner, Jeff Bezos, spending $50 million on his current wedding, while 6,000 American children go to bed each night hungry. But I am impressed that his use of AI returned $7.55 to my account. This human-AI convergence is not accidental. It is a part of the unfolding architecture of reality. Infinite mind expresses through energy. Energy forms matter. Matter gives rise to life. Life develops consciousness. Consciousness creates tools of positive change. And those tools, spiritual traditions, scientific discovery, and now AI, becomes vehicles of our next expansion as humans. We are participants in that expansion. In fact, we're responsible for it. Here's one practice. Notice when you use the phrase, I believe, versus I know, versus I wonder. Pay attention to which truths you're holding as settled and which you're holding as evolving. Then, and this is a spiritual work, choose one settled belief and ask yourself, what would happen if this were incomplete rather than wrong? Not to abandon it, but to see it if there's a larger context waiting. You might do this in meditation or prayer. You might do this in a conversation with a trusted friend. You might even do this with a dialogue with an AI. The tool matters less than the willingness to let our consciousness expand beyond its current boundaries. This is how we participate in the architecture of reality, not by defending what we think we know, but by continuously refining our capacity to receive what's actually true. I believe we are here to reclaim our responsibility as conscious beings, to step out of passive belief and into active awareness. Remember that we are not spectators in this universe. We are expressions and creators of it. For as our consciousness expands, our lives change. Our relationships change, our purpose sharpens, our fears diminish, and our ability to live in truth, not dogma, strengthens. As Dixie said after listening to me go over this talk about 50 times, you know that if we choose to use AI the right way, we might change its name from artificial intelligence to spiritual intelligence. She has a valid point. The question isn't whether we believe what I've shared this morning. The question is, are we willing to hold our current understanding lightly enough that truth, whatever it actually is, has room to become clearer? I am so grateful to be a part of a spiritual community that is not based on dogma, but rather what's next in the ever-expanding evolution and awakening of spiritual growth, understanding, and truth consciousness. And so it is.
Please all stand. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. Oh, he's well, oh, he's well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. Oh, he's well, oh, he's well. And every day I affirm and pray how I'm blessed with everything I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's all so clear. I'm held, I'm loved, I'm safe. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. Oh, he's well, oh, he's well. And now I see what my life can be when I trust in the process and have faith. And now I know when I just let go that I have all I will ever need. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well.
We now place a blessing on our gifts and put ourselves into the law of circulation. If you are joining us online and you've been blessed by today's message, I invite you to go to the giving page on our website. That is unityofcolumbia.org. Your gift will help to keep these services online. As we support our spiritual community, please take your offering, whether you give electronically, by check, or cash. Hold it in your hand and your heart as we affirm these words together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
These are our seeds we are planting, which will grow into trees of prosperity that will produce an abundance of fruit for generations to come. And so we say, Amen.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Good morning. So we have Ronya and Jack here today. What do you want to say? Lots of energy. Come here, Ronya. Let's show that picture. Okay. So today we were talking about when we have sad and mad feelings and how we can let them go. So Ronya, do you remember what happened when we put our big, heavy rocks into the river of God's love? Yeah. What happened?
They got smaller.
They got smaller. Yes. And then we went and we made a picture of a forgiveness garden. So Ronya chose to keep a lot of her rocks in her garden, but she made it so beautiful. Yeah. And Jack made his. Okay, let's bless our children. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ you are. Okay, let's go sing.
Please rise and sing the prayer for protection.
God is here, the light of God surrounds us. God is here, the love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.
As you go into the coming week, following your journey of spiritual growth and understanding, please show up in the world as you are all wonderfully and beautifully made, in joy and pure love, because wherever you are, God is.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be. With God as Creator, family whole are we, as we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and leave each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins